have to like, yeah, it was fun. I would carry like 4 or 5 boxes to the post office, biking with like no hands because like I learned how to bike with no hands, literally carrying boxes like this. I just had to do
Yeah.
it. So, you know, if your parents like, oh, I can't drive, like this and that, like I couldn't drive, but I made it happen, you know?
Guys, we're live on the 760 cast. I'm here with Scott. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Dude, thanks for having me on, man. This is awesome. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes and they were awesome, man. They were
Yeah,
awesome.
bro. I appreciate that. This is something I really want to get rolling again. I've been a little slow on them, but this is like episode 6 now or something. So I'm glad you can make it on.
Oh, it's sweet, man. Dude, I've been looking forward to this. I've been trying to do this for a while, so I've been looking
I
really
know.
forward to it.
Glad we get it together. The last time we went live, you gave me the What the Fours, my first pair of
Oh,
personals.
have you been wearing those like all the time?
Dude, the thing is I don't go out that much. So I've worn them. I've worn them a couple times around my house, but like I don't know. You know, with COVID, it's like everything's
Yeah,
shut
yeah.
down. I'm not going too many places. Are you? So you play basketball? Or have you been
Yes.
playing lately?
Yes. So I have been playing. It's not like I've been playing like by myself. So my parents both work at the school I go to, and so I get I get some benefits. So I get the keys to the school. So like I get
Nice.
so, but my coach has said like I can't really like post on social media, and then like I can go before and after hours. So I'm up every morning at about 6 a.m. I go from 6 to 8:30 in the morning, and then I'm back there at night for about 7 to 9. So I do, yeah, I do that twice a day. So I got to put that work in, you know, because
Yeah.
no AAU, anything like that. So we got scheduled like the CIF, which is like, you know, CIF, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they said that our first basketball game is March 12th. That is when basketball season for high school is starting. March 12th is everybody's first game.
That's crazy.
I know.
I can't believe they're gonna let you guys play basketball.
I I'm not totally not. They need to. That's they need to. So like football and volleyball are now pushed back to the fall. I mean no winter, and then we're in the spring, as long with baseball as well. So
Mhm.
I'd say I think there's a pretty good chance that we're gonna play.
Yeah,
Uh,
for
I'd be
sure.
surprised if we don't. I think there's gonna be a vaccine by then, but who knows, man?
We'll see. I
It's
hope
also
so.
gonna end in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Do you have any thoughts about reselling in the context of COVID? Like, I guess you didn't start until this whole thing started out, right?
yeah, I started. Well, I had always gone since like I'd say like 8th grade. I can like ride my bike to like these 4 places. Like there's a Ross, Marshalls, and there's 2 thrift
Hmm.
stores. I've been going there since 8th grade, but I never filmed anything. And usually when I was going there, I would be looking for stuff for myself.
Yeah.
And like I remember I'd seen Jordans there that were like smaller, bigger. I just never picked them up. I'm like, oh, they're not my size.
Mhm.
And then about like COVID, my parents were like, look, you're gonna be 16 now, like you need to get a job. Cause like I was like 15 at the time, they're like 16, you're gonna need to get a job. And I was like, so then I had TikTok, I had seen you, I'd seen Rob, I had seen actually, do you know who Legit Tim is?
I don't.
He's the first person I ever saw. He's bigger on YouTube than he is on TikTok.
Okay.
But he's one of the first people I saw, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I could totally do this and make a job because I'm really good in front of the camera, this and that. Like I love doing stuff. So I was like, why don't I just film it and why don't I just start? So I just started an Instagram, you know, and I was just selling on eBay and Grail because you know I wasn't really big. And then
Right.
I was like, I need to start a TikTok because my dad actually started a TikTok because
No way.
my dad's like a speaker and he's like a world speaker like that. So he started TikTok. I'm like, dude, I can do this too. So I started it. My first 2 videos got like my first video I did where I gave my dad those Jordan 34s. I actually got those for myself, and then they came and they were too small. And I was like,
Mm.
shoot, I'll give them to my dad. So he loved them, and that got like I think right now it's at like 500,000 views. Like that was crazy. Soul Resale commented on that, and I
Yep.
was like, that was pretty cool. And then the second video I did got like 700,000, which was like how to ice and how to like restore Jordan 11.
The
So
very first two videos?
yeah, my very first 2 videos got
That's
1.5
crazy.
million views.
That's
So
crazy.
like that just it's exploded for me, and I felt like I was early enough to TikTok where like I wasn't like there's so many resellers on TikTok now. I was early
Yeah.
enough where there wasn't a total much, but there was also a couple of you guys who have like 80, 90 now thousand on TikTok. So like I'm about to hit 40. So I think I was like towards the end of like newer people going on TikTok and using it to resell shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tell people all the time, like when they ask me for something, you guys gotta start. You gotta start TikTok. It's the biggest way, even though it could be done soon. But I think an American company is gonna buy it out, and I think TikTok is gonna be pretty big for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I don't really see it going anywhere from my perspective. Like what TikTok's done for me is, dude, I was never good in front of a camera. I can tell you have those natural skills, which you should maybe talk about like where you got those from. But for me, I got I don't know. I don't know if I'm good in front of a camera now. I feel like I am, but I learned that skill because I saw TikTok and was like, shit, like that's where I need to be, you
Did
know?
you see anybody like on TikTok, or was that just like did you just like, oh, I can use this as resale? Did you see anybody like did you see Rob, or did you see
No, I
Taylor?
fun fact, I actually was the one who told Rob he should do TikTok. I'm pretty sure I was
Really?
like one of the first resellers period on TikTok.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. I've been at it for a while. If you scroll through, bro, I've been doing videos for 7 months now. I have
Seven.
like thousands of videos. And at first, I did not know what the fuck I was doing in front of a camera. I was so awkward.
Yeah, I checked like I think it's about 2.5 months ago I did my first one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of like I especially like I don't know the last like 2 weeks when I did that video with my grandpa that you saw
Yeah.
the videos. It
Yeah.
my TikTok I was at like 20. I was at 20K when I like 21K, and now I'm almost at 40.
That's crazy. The
And like
videos with your grandpa are cool.
he is one of the craziest people like ever. Like he like I don't know if you like he's one of the most like famous people in like the world. Like I literally have this picture right here of him with George Bush right here. That's him with George Bush, and he's a world class speaker, and he has a bunch of different things like that. He's written over 150 books. He's been on presidential campaigns. He's done a lot of stuff. Like he's one of like the wisest people I know, and he's like I'm a lot like him in a way. Like we have a lot of the same personality, so that's why I'm like good in front of like I'm like our school's I guess like hype man. So I run pep rallies for our school, this and that. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm just good with the mic and I'm good in front of a camera. And then my dad's the same way, so I think I got it from my parents in that way. So
Yeah.
I'm good with the mic in general.
That definitely came off in like the first videos I saw with you. Like you clearly have experience doing video and experience being on camera and stuff. And that definitely helps a lot, I'm sure.
It does, and like it take like definitely it is. You have to like not every TikTok isn't for everybody. Like
Yeah.
there's not everybody's gonna be good. Like there's some resellers I see. I'm like, ooh, that was pretty cringy. But like I go through and if I see like a new reseller, I always try to like comment on their TikToks. I know
Yeah.
that when I was like starting off, like when someone like who's bigger who had TikTok commented on it, I thought it was like the coolest thing. Like I
Yeah.
remember when you followed me, and I remember when Rob followed me. I
It's
was like,
funny.
no way. So like I just like when I see newer like kids on TikTok and stuff, I always like comment and give a like and sometimes follow.
Yeah. As far as people being cringy at first, I would say like it's just where you got to start if you're not good in the first place. Like you can get there, you can get better, you know.
We're all cringy. I mean, come on now. Like
No facts. I can't watch my own videos. You know I don't.
no, like so like like it's a joke at like a bunch of the kids in my high school like be like, yo, Scott resells, what's up? And like we had like so I'm on SLT, I told like the student leadership thing, and like we had like our retreat, I guess. And
Yeah.
like we had to do like a 10-second intro in front of the camera, and everyone was like, be like, yo, my name's Scott Resells, link in bio. And like everybody loves it. Like it's funny,
Yeah.
like people ask me, they're like, where do you work? And I'm like, I like have my own business and like I make enough money to like do that. And they're like, no way. And they're like, what do you do? And I just tell them, and they're like, everybody thinks it's like the coolest thing.
No,
I don't know
that's
if you get
true.
that with you. Like
I
everybody, like,
do. Yeah.
yeah, I guess like, were your parents like, I guess like, 'cause since you're older, but I get a lot of times like, well, my parents don't think I can make enough money, this and that. But like, my parents totally supported me like
Yeah.
doing it. And like, they didn't give me any like money towards it. I mean, like, my dad bought some shoes for me. He has like 30 pairs of shoes. So like, he's
Mhm.
bought some from me. But I mean, like, were your parents like, oh, this and that, or?
I think my dad thought it was cool at first because last summer it was a small thing I was doing for fun to make some money. You know what I mean? And I was still working. I umpired baseball games, so I was still working my job. I was still doing it. But now this year I was taking it to the next level because I'm taking a gap year from school to just go all in and see how big I can get this thing. And I got a lot of pushback at first, but it's kind of cooled off. So when I first told him this, I was living in Santa Barbara, so he didn't really see what was going on. But now I came home, and I think part of what's happened is like 3, 4 times a week I'm stacking boxes to send out the door. So I think there's a certain level of like, I don't know, I like to think now there's an understanding that like I could definitely make it with this and it's worth the
Yeah.
shot for the next year. You know what I mean? So it's been
Yeah.
interesting. It's been really interesting.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I guess like for me, like I have like a good amount when school starts, it's definitely going to be harder for me since I'm
Yeah.
in high school. I'm going into my junior year and I'm taking 3 or 4 AP classes. Like I
Yep.
just got a lot on my plate. So like I'm gonna try like on the weekends I'm gonna have to hit it really hard with like making content, this and that. That's why like I'm stacking up on YouTube. Like this is an announcement. Like I just started a YouTube channel. So like these Chicago's behind me. I filmed how to restore these Chicago's
Yep.
back there. I filmed like a day in the life of me going and doing like my Ross, Marshalls, like the 4 or 5 thrift stores that I go to find stuff. Yeah, and then I might use this podcast on it too. So yeah,
But
I just think like I got to start stacking that before school because I guess like for me like if you're under 18 like it's definitely harder to be a reseller. Like I have to use my parents' PayPal account because I
yeah.
didn't have my own PayPal account and then they suspended it because I sent them my license and I'm not under 18.
Yep.
Same thing as Mercari. Right now I have like $1,000 in Mercari that I cannot get because
Ooh.
it's held there and stuff that I've sold and I sent them my driver's license. I actually just got my license and then the card just came. So I
Yeah.
sent them that. So hopefully, but if they come back, they have to be 18. I'm gonna have to like make it my dad's account. I don't want to do that.
Right.
So like same thing with eBay right now. I have like
Yes.
a PayPal. I have like $700 waiting in my PayPal account that I can't take out because I'm under 18. So as soon as I turn 18, I'm gonna have a big bonus. Let's just put it like that. A
Yeah.
big bonus.
That is one of the things. It seems like you kind of need parental approval before you're 18, and you need them to work with you to really make reselling work. That's it's an interesting challenge because I didn't start until I was 19.
Okay. Yeah. So like for me, like I definitely like I made my mistakes early. Like I got scammed. I lost a lot of money there.
Yeah.
Like I made my mistakes. Like I didn't write down to the penny exactly what I was spending on each shoe, and I accidentally like because since I was using my parents' PayPal account, they accidentally spent some money for me. So I was like down a good amount of money. But then I like was like, okay, I need to start writing down to the dot. So then I paid them back and stuff. So like it was all good.
Yep.
But yeah, you definitely have to, as a reseller, you have to be like to the point of like every cent counts. And you gotta
Yeah.
like you gotta work. If you're under 18 like me, you gotta work with your parents. And if your parents aren't working like with you in that way, like and they're like, no, you're not doing it, don't fight them because it's gonna be impossible for you to do. It's gonna it not impossible, but it's gonna be very difficult for you to do without your parents if you're under 18. It just
That's
it,
facts. Unless you could really build out local sales, can you use like Cash App and Venmo without your parents?
yeah, you can use Cash App and you can use Venmo, but PayPal you got to be over 18, which
Right.
is stupid now because it's basically like Cash App and all those places now, all those
Yeah,
things
it's facts.
because they're not goods and services. So
I'm
if
trying.
they-
I'm trying to think through what you could do if you were 18 and you didn't have your parents. It's pretty much just local and
What-
buying off of trusted
what
resellers.
I did before like my parents is that like you can, I guess because of eBay, it is tough. You could use Snapchat and you can use Instagram and you can
Yeah.
use TikTok to sell and you just be like, I gotta sell locally. And you know, like you ride your bike. I rode my bike for 3 years until I could start driving. I rode and sometimes I would carry 3-4 boxes to the post office on my bike. And like it's just what I did. And you know,
Yeah.
like people were like sometimes my friends would make fun of me. I'm like, look, like once I'm able to drive, like it's just different. And you know, like I would have to like, yeah, it was fun. I would carry like 4 or 5 boxes to the post office, biking with like no hands because like I learned how to bike with no hands, literally carrying boxes like this. I just had to do it. So you know, if your parents like, oh, I can't drive, like this and that, like I couldn't drive, but I made it happen. You know.
Yeah,
So,
that's straight hustle. Hella respect for that, you know?
yeah, it was definitely a gas relief when I could drive the first time to the post office. I'll just put it like that. It was pretty awesome.
I feel that.